Hi, this is Dr. Bob Dannenhoffer, the Public Health Officer for Douglas County. We've talked a lot about COVID over the last 2 years, and COVID is kind of steady right now, but we are anticipating that we might have a bad fire season. All this rain and cool weather we've had now has allowed grasses to really grow, and if we do now get a dry patch where these grasses dry, there's a lot of fuel out there that could start fires and keep fires propagating. Now, from a public health standpoint, we clearly want people to be safe from fire, but the biggest impact on people is the smoke that comes with fire. And so when there's fire, we really like to see how much smoke there is in the air. You can look on the site. Oregon has an air quality site that updates these every hour, and you can see what the smoke is. But generally, if you can see 5 miles in distance, so you can see the Callahans from here, there's not a lot of smoke in the air. If you can see less than a mile, that is where we're sitting now, you can't see the mountains out there, there's a lot of smoke in the air. And with the more smoke in the air, the more risk there is. And this risk is not even. The risk is most for young kids, because young kids breathe a lot. Their respiratory rate is typically twice what an adult respiratory rate is, and the depth of their breath is actually pretty high. And then old people, because when we get older, our lungs just don't work as well. And then in the middle, for people with respiratory illnesses like asthma, COPD, or emphysema. So we worry about smoke, and what can you do? So if there is a smoky time, the best thing to do is stay at home. And if you can stay at home and keep the windows closed, that'll decrease it. But still, some smoke will get in. You can use air purifiers, and you can buy them around. But the air purifiers work pretty well, but they're pretty expensive, and they don't move a tremendous amount of air. So we have a solution for you today. This comes from University of California that has come up with a relatively inexpensive and easy to construct way to make an air cleaner for your home that really works incredibly well. So what you need to start with this is you need a 20-inch box fan. We have a Hurricane brand. These are about 20 bucks. You need 4 of these filters, and filters come in different things. They come in sizes. So you want a 20-inch by 20-inch by 2-inch, and they come in different grades. You want to get the highest grade you get. This is a MERV 13, and MERV 13 is really a high grade. They also have MERV 11s, which are okay, but MERV 13, if you can get them, is what you want. These cost $6 to $10 a piece. So let me show you then how we do this. It shouldn't take us more than about 15 minutes to do it. So first thing we need to do is create a base for this project here, and we'll do that first. So I'm going to try and not cut my hands off here, but we'll go ahead and cut the bottom here. So what's going to be happening? Air is going to be coming through these filters, getting sucked up by and then the smoke will get caught in the filters, and then clean air will come out. So when we set these up, there's pleats, and the pleats can be arranged in different ways. We want the pleats up and down rather than that. And then there's also a little arrow here for airflow, and we want the airflow to be in. So we want, again, the pleats to be up and the airflow to be in. And so what we're going to do is we want to make 4 of these. And when we do those, each one of these also has to have the airflow in and that. And then just using good old duct tape, I've staggered the sides a little bit here so that it fits on so our fan fits perfectly. These filters last until they are visibly dirty. And so if there's a lot of smoke, that can happen in just a few days. If there's not much smoke, they'll last a lot longer. All right, so now we have this boxed, cardboard on the bottom, air filters here, pleats going up, and the airflow going in. And now what we do is we get our fan, and we attach our fan. Now the flow on the fan, we want to be out. So what we want it to do is we want the air to come in here and then get blown out here. So dirty air in here, the smoke particles get captured by the filters, and then it blows out this way. So let's see, I think that's good. Now, if you can afford an air filter, or if you have access to one, that'll be great. But last year when we had all the smoke, what we checked was the stores have some air filters, and during the time of the fires 2 years ago, they got used up very, very quickly. So you can't really depend upon going that last minute, but they had plenty of air filters, so that if you could build yourself a box like this for less than $100, you would have it. And again, you don't need to build it until the time comes. What you could do was to just have the fan, always good to have a fan at home, and to then make this work. All right, so you'll see it's pretty sturdy here. It took us about 10 minutes here to do this, and I'm a klutz, so if you're the least bit handy, you'll be able to do it a lot quicker, and then you'll see that this works actually pretty well in bringing air in here, and you'll be shocked, I think, when you use this in a smoky area, how quickly and how much these MERV 13 filters pick up the thing. So again, Dr. Bob Dannenhoffer getting ready for smoke season. So we hope we don't have a bad fire season this year, but there are some reasons to worry, especially because of the wet spring, that we could have a really smoky year. And if we do, this can be one way to decrease the smoke in your house. Again, this is Dr. Bob Dannenhoffer, Public Health Officer for Douglas County. Thank you. To test this fan out, what we've done is made a little fire here in my garage safely, and we're going to let it get a little smoky in here, and then we'll see how well our little contraption works. So this amount of smoke would be enough to set off a smoke detector, and is certainly more smoke than I would think you would get in most houses. All right, so now it's moderately smoky in here, about as smoky as it was at the very worst time we've had. And let's see how our little contraption works. So after 1 minute, it's already considerably less smoky in here. So after about 4 or 5 minutes, the fire is out and the smoke is nearly gone. It's not 100% gone, but it's much, much, much better than it was before. So this simple little project that costs under $100 to build and takes less than 10 minutes to build really can help this summer if we get a lot of smoke going. So my recommendation is buy the fan, buy the parts, buy the duct tape, and if we do have troubles with bad smoke, put it together. And you can use this video to show you how. If you have any questions, please give us a call at DPHN. Again, this is Dr. Bob Dannenhoffer, the Public Health Officer for Douglas County. Thank you.